Good morning. Today we are going to be seeing about these generics for the wrapper classes. So how we are going to use the generics and wrapper classes in Java. So this is advanced in Java. So definitely in Java 5. So we have various versions of Java. Java 5.0. So these generics are very well known. So today we are going to be discussing about the generic types, and these PPT already we saw it in the first unit 5 we are discussing. So even we have seen once again, and we will back to today's class more about these PPT on generics. My voice is audible. Can someone answer? My voice is audible. My voice is audible. Thank you. So you know what is a generic and why we are using a generics in the program. The most of all programming we are giving input either maybe two types. One is a character and the other is a number. So characters and numbers. Input is giving to a program. So what type of input we have to give to program? So that is the question. So what type of input we have to give to program? So for example, we are specifying enter a character. So simply we can enter a character. We are asking to enter a integer. We can enter an integer. For example, we are now asking enter value. So what type of value are you going to use? So 10 is also a value, B is a value, B is a value, and for example, color is a value. Everything is a value. So how we are going to be conclude that which type of input are you going to be used by the program? So that thing we have to analyze while we are writing the program. So that thing, so in order to avoid a runtime errors, in order to avoid runtime errors. So if I ask you runtime errors, what is the runtime? What is the runtime errors? Runtime errors are while we are running a program, so something we are giving input to the program. So while giving input, some operation is going to be happen later. Some errors are produced while we are seeing the output of the program. So generally, once the program is written, then we are going to do the compile. So once errors are coming, that is known as compile time errors. If it is not like that, while we are running a program, we are getting errors, then that is known as runtime errors. So what will happen if the runtime errors will come? So we need to identify whether up to the program where it was run. When we back to the program and we have to change the maybe loops or maybe some values may be mislead. So that's when in Java we have exception concepts also. So even we have some operations are going to be performed. If any values are going to be deviate and it's going to be produce an infinite loop or 0 by 0 errors. So we have a concept of exceptions. So everything will be deep here. If we are giving values to a program, we need to confirm it what type of values we are going to give to the program. So that will use runtime errors. That will avoid not use. That will avoid runtime errors. So if runtime errors are avoided, then we can easily run the program better and efficiently. So how it will be, we already saw that. So usually, I think, so that what is generic. So as I told you now, it is a 5.32 SC 5.3 is the type safety. What is the type safety? Well, type safety comes the type safety objects. So everything we can values, all those things we are going to become included as object. It means the code is stable and detecting the bugs at the compiler. So before going to the run a program, while compiling itself, we have to conclude that what type of errors are there. So that will use this one. So here we can call it type C. It is a type C. So type is nothing but a data type. What type of data type we are going to be compiling. So that is a type safety. So see that before Generics will store any type of object in the collection that is a non-generic. Now Generics, the Java program stores specific type of objects. So that's what the input we are going to be used to the program that we need to specify before running the programs. So we will sub this one. So I want to show something different than this. So we'll share one more. So it's visible to everyone. This page is visible. So we then create an exam. We have some notes like this. Personally, I prepared like this. This is also I will share you by doing today's end. You can. So what is a generic means? Generic is the most important feature introduced in Java 5. Generics in Java with collection of classes is very easy, but it provides more features just creating the type. So we will see all those things. What are the things we will see here? So generics in Java, Java generic classes, Java generic interfaces, Java generic types, generic methods, and bounded class. So once the wrapper classes is done, automatically same here bounded, unbounded classes. So here wildcard, what is a wildcard? So question mark is called wildcard here. That will be how we will use. Then what is a lower bounded and upper bounded? First of all, we know what is a generic and how we can use efficiently in the program. Then we can easily understand these remaining classes. So select Java generics. What is that? So it is introduced Java 5 and it provides the compile time checking. Compile time checking. And removing the risk of class exception. What is the class? Okay, class cast exceptions. That's what I told you. So in Java we have the concept of exception handling. In order to avoid runtime errors, once the runtime error is going to be cached and it is going to be shown as exception, and remaining program will continuously execute. So that is one advantage of Java. So that is a use of exceptions in Java. So what is going to be happening if any error is coming? So the particular error is going to be except and the remaining program will running smoothly. But inside C, when we see that what will be happening in C, we don't have exceptions. So what is going to be happening in C? So once one runtime error comes, it may be go to infinitely, or it is going to be continuously running the out, or else it is going to be stopped and back to input program. Okay. So in order to handle these type of errors, we have exceptions in Java. Same here, in order to avoid the class cast exception. Cast means what is the type casting. So type casting. So what is type casting? So one type to another type, something. So it will be implicit and type casting. Some converting something. So while the data we are giving to the program, so what type of data we have to do to the program and how we need to handle the input. So in order to avoid the runtime. So the whole collection of framework was written to use the generic types for type set. Let us see how the generic helps us to collect from the class set. See this? So we know this is a simple Java code. Same Java code we were explaining this. So here we are mentioning the if some list we are mentioning with the array list. So list add of ABC. What is going to be happen? List add of new integer of what is the difference? So this is one string. This is the number. So how we are going to be? So typecasting is leading to the class exception runtime. So if you are doing like this, so we are mentioning the object here. But here we have different types of data are there. One is string is there, one is an integer is there. With the two different types of data are available. So with the same list, only one object. See this list is we are going to be creating a list. The list of a small letter list, that is an object. The new array list. We are going to be creating for this. My voice is clear. Something happened. You can work this way. My voice is clear. Can someone answer? Madam, voice department. Okay. Okay. Voice is clear. Can someone answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we are creating, we are adding the values to this array list. So one is an integer and one is a string. The two different types of things are there. It is not working. This is only working. So when we are going to be do these strings for given array list, then definitely it is showing some error. So it normally it is okay. It is going to produce. See that typecasting leading to class cast exception at runtime. So runtime errors. So generally it is okay. So what is the compile? How they compile the errors and runtime errors? Compiled errors will give only the type. What is the syntax of a program? Syntax is correct or not? That only it is going to be. For example, int a equal to what you give okay. For example, int a equal to in single quotation we can give small e. What is going to be happen? So this type of semantic syntax errors is going to be done in the compile. The runtime. So we are running means what? Some program is running. Some mathematical operation is going to be performed. Once the mathematical operation is going to be performed, the expression gets some values. Once the values are transferring from one expression to another expression in the program, that time we are going to be get some errors. That type of errors known as runtime errors. So this type of things are the generic concepts. See here we have one list. We have different types of data. One list we have different types of data. So the above code compiles time fine. It shows the cast exception, class cast exception at runtime because we are trying to cast an object list string, whereas the elements of type is integer. After Java 5, we use the collection classes like here. So see this. So I have already told you we are going to use some Angular basis. We are going to write the type of data type. So that is see that list. So if I am mentioning the list string, so definitely the list is going to be contains the strings only. That time we are giving the input also to be a string only. See that list string list one equal to new array list of string. That means this new array list is going to be contains only strings. Okay. In Java 7, we are going to be used like this also. So that means array list, once we can use here string is enough, no need to use that another type. So you can simply enclose with Angular braces, it is enough. So in Java 7, so this is the Java 5. From Java 5 onwards, we are going to be use a generic concept. Okay. Now see this, the list one dot a add. So this is the list one. So the same list one object we have created and list one dot add add ABC. What is ABC? So we are mentioning a double quotation. So whatever data we can know For example, what is ABC? Simply we write ABC. So we mentioned in the double quotation, simply we can say that it is a string. So we are going to be add that string. Okay, it is no problem at all. For example, see the second line. If I do this one, for example, if I remove this one, what is the convention? So list one dot add of new integer of 5. So we mentioned that the list only contains string values. So that are the starting numbers and what type of data we need to give to program. For example, here, what type of data will contain the playlist? That thing we are going to be confirming while we are writing the code itself. So once we can confirm it, so we can avoid runtime errors. So if compile time errors can, we can number of times we can compile and we can change the program also. So then we can go to the runtime. For this, I have a clear example. So for example, in this map reduce all programs are going to be converted into a jar file. Once the jar file is converted, we no need of source code also. Once the program is running, how many times you want to run it. Simply, for example, you are playing games in a mobile. No? Do you have a code? For example, in between something error will come. For example, here maybe your game structs or something we given wrong or something happened with the game. Are you going to be edit the code? Are you going to be edit the program code? No. We are restarting. That is, for example, in a program concept, we can re-execution of this particular code. So in Java, we have an advantage. We can create jar files, JAR. Once we can create a jar file, the jar file no need of source code. So you know that once we can run a Java program, it is going to be happy. So we know JVM, Java Virtual Machine. What is going to be happen? It is going to be create a class file and object file. Listen, we can remove the source program also. We can run multiple times. No need of source program. So that is another advantage of this Java. But in a C program, what definitely we need a source program to run a multiple times also. So here through class file and object file, we can run our program multiple times. So that is another advantage in Java. So that's why everything we are going to be concluded. What type of data we have to give to the program. So because we cannot come back into the program, we cannot change it. Because once the class file and object file was created, we can remove the source program also. We can run number of times. So that's only to avoid this type of things we are going to be used. What type of data we are going to be using to program, so that we can confirm while running the program itself. Running means while writing the program itself. So once the writing itself, we can compile errors, we can remove them, we can change the program lines, and we can have it without compile time errors. So this is the use of Java. Then Java generic classes. How the generic classes we have. For example, how if you write something in Angular basis, what type of code will run at background? So simply we can have predefined functions we can call. What is a predefined function? What is a predefined function or predefined methods? So we can simply use it in our program for our programming purpose. But what is going to be happening in background? So definitely we have something, a program at background, it is going to be the predefined means the program written in the compiler itself. So for example, you can consider C program. So printf is the function is predefined function. Is there something we are going to be writing double quotation? How it is going to be transferred? Even we are not going to be using a one sentence, we are may use in control statements also. What is the control? For example, you are going to write the value of C is equal to percentage of D. Also, we are mentioned how the percentage of D value is going to be printed. So variables we are going to be used. So that's why we can call that in between double quotation we can call control string. So how the program was written in background, same way how the Java program written for generic in background is fine. So package com dot general generics. So public class generic type code. So then we are going to be confirming the object with the object it gets. So it is going to be get the value and it is going to be returned. So then how to set this one object means what is the meaning of this? It is going to be refers the current object. Current object. So what object we are going to be used? That is going to be referred to the set function. Set method. So see that this is the main function public static void main. So generic type old type equal to new generic type. For example, we are going to be pass one. So it is a string. It is going to be so typecasting method. Which can be passed. So class task exception. So like this, the background program is going to be run for. So how it is going to be the input. So we are going to be confirming type in the brackets Angular braces. So we will be background program. So this, we can define our own classes for generic type. The generic class our interface is a parameter type or parameterized over type. So we use Angular braces to specify these parameters. So you see that now while we are using this class, the above class we are going to use. So to use the type casting to produce the class cast exception return type. Now we will use the Java generics to rewrite the same class as well. So see how we should write it. So we are going to be mentioned generic type. Angular braces we are going to be mentioned T. So private D, which is a small two, is not. Simply we are the T is for example how we are going to be writing T. So it is data type. Here the data type, generic data type, generic type. So T is a generic type. We are going to mention whether it is a private or public. So access specifiers, private, public, and protected. So these three are the access specifiers. So the access specifiers accessing for what? In a particular class, a particular member, a particular method, or whole program. So how to access that particular type of data types? So generic type or general types, whatever it would be, that we are going to mention by using the access specifiers, that is the private, public. So this one is going to be written with which object we are going to be refer the particular type, that is the current object. So this is a keyword. It refers the current object. Then void set of T1. It is going to be written. So in public static void main, see the generic type is string. We are going to be mentioned type. So these type we are going to be type set of as well. So how the generic type 1 equal to new generic type. So then again we give type 1. So this is a type we are going to be give. This is the type 1 we are going to give. So while we are giving type set, what is this? This is a string, this is the string, but this is a integer value. So it is a valid and auto boxing support. So if you write like this also, it is going to be converted auto boxing, unboxing concept. In wrapper classes. What is a wrapper classes? I remember the concept of wrapper classes. This is converting from some data to object and object to data. So that is so it is automatic. So I will show you one simple. For example, if I write Pankaj here, so what is the length of Pankaj? What is the length of the string? 6 characters are there. For example, what is the length of 10? What is the length of 10? So that we will convert it. That is data is going to be converted into object types. So that is auto boxing and boxing. That we will discuss in our classes. So notice that generic type class is the main method. We do not need to do typecasting. We can remove the class cast exception from that. If we do not provide the type at the time of creation, the compiler will produce the warnings that generic type is a raw type. This reference the generic type is generic type T should be parameterized. So generic type is T is parameter. So when we do not provide this type, the type because the object and hence it allows the both strings and integers objects. However, we should always try to avoid this because we will have used typecasting while working on the raw. So that's all. While we are giving data to the program, so what type of data we are giving, how we are going to be conforming particular array or particular string or whatever it will be. So the list we are going to be generating. The list what type of data is going to be in the list that we are going to be conforming while we compile times. So Java generic interfaces. What is interfaces? So what is interfaces? So we can get interface with what? Getting from another place, data getting from the another place. So comparable interfaces is a great example for generic interfaces that is written like this. For example, this Java package, the package java.lang, import java.util package is there, then public interface is comparable. This comparable is known as a generic type. So that is the generic we are going to be mentioned some parameterized T. So what is the T we can write in the code. So the public int compare to T and we create our object is 0. In this similar way, we can create a generic interface in Java. You can also see the multiple types of parameters, map type, map interfaces. Again, we can provide the parameterized values and parameter type also. For example, hash map. See that we know that now nested functions. The same way here also we have the nested generics. What is the nested? What is the meaning of nested? One function inside another function, one method inside another method. So everything that is. So then another one is Java generic types. So we know that it has some tuples in that. What are the tuples in that? So generic type is naming conversion helps to understand the code easily, and having a naming conversion is the one of the best practice in Java. Therefore, generics also come with its own naming conversions. Usually, the type parameters names in a single upper letters. Single upper letters. Say wherever we have E, K, N, T, B, R, this S, U, B, R, single character that is also in uppercase. Is easily distinguished from Java variables. The most commonly used type parameters are the most common what are the things we are going to use. So previous we can say no T. What is a T? Here we mentioned T. No? So what is T? T is a what type? K E is an element. So the elements here used extensively by the Java collection of framework. For example, array list or setup. What type of elements? Then K is a key that is used in map. We already know that in map reduce program, the input data, whatever the text data or maybe a integer data. So we saw the both examples. So in word count program, we saw about the text data as the input. In the weather data set, we found the maximum temperature in the year. There we were considered the integer data. So the map reduce program we are going to. So that's when the key is going to be used in map. So both here also both K and B. So the both two are going to be used in map reduce. So n is a number and t is a type, and s, u, v, the second, third, and fourth types. So that is a simple naming conventions in Java. So another one is about sometimes we do not want to hold a class to be parameters. So we don't need all the classes as a parameters. In this case, we can create a Java generic method. Since the constructor, what is the meaning of constructor? Can anyone? We have constructor. Immediately we have to know a destructor also. What is a constructor and destructor? So it was started in C++. Constructor. Yes. Hello. Hello. Mohan Sai, are you answering or making noise? Hello? Hello? Can someone answer what is that? What is a constructor and what is a destructor? Constructor can automatically will create an object for a class. Destructor is going to be delete, destroy the objects. Constructor is creating object. Automatically creates. Once constructor is created, automatically object is going to be created. So we can use the generic types constructor too. So same like the constructor way we can create the generics also. So see that. So see this line we can clearly understand. Here we have various types of is equal. We are going to be do some program here. Whether the two inputs are equal or not by using this generic. How we are going to be comparing string comparison. Same way here also. So see the public static. So we are mentioning the type here. What is the type? Boolean is equal generic type of G1 T and then generic type T. So we are mentioning another two objects G1 and G2. So here the G1 is gets one name Pankaj and G2 gets the same name, same input as Pankaj. So generic type. So here we are mentioning the type. For the type we are writing while we are creating an object for that generic. So with the help of some object. So G1 dot set we are going to be setting. G2 dot set. So writing Boolean is equal to generic methods string is equal G1 comma G2. See that above statement will be written as simple as is equal generic type method. So what is the meaning of Boolean? What is the meaning of Boolean? You can say simply it is a true or false. So 0 or 1. The Boolean is 0 or 1. So either you can say true or false. So how? The equal means what is the answer we can expect? Either it is true or either it is false. Either it is true or false. We are not going to be written any value over. So that's only these type of things where we are going to use a Boolean. So Boolean is used for written type as a true or false or 0 or 1. So see that now we have one comma. This is a feature known as type interface. This allows to invoke the generic methods as an order of ordinary methods without specifying the type between the angle brackets. So compiler will enter the type of which is needed, which is. So notice that this is an equal method. Signature shows the syntax use the generic type methods. And also notice that how to use these methods in your Java code. We can specify the type while calling these methods or we can invoke them like an argument. Java compiler is small enough to determine the type of variables to be used. The facilitator is called type interface. Facilitator is called facility is called type interface. So another one is about parameters. So the type of parameters, generic bounded type parameters. So we can use more than one parameters. So that is like function inside a function. Like the way here we are going to be use generic solve. We are going to be mentioning the what type of data we are going to be giving the program. That one we are going to be mentioning while writing the class itself. Same way here, the class inside may we have a class. Same way here also, generic type may inside another generic. So that we can call through the interface. So that is the interface. So see that here, public static key extends the comparable another thing. So this is the first Angular basis. That is public static. This is the one generic inside another generic. Int compare of t t1 to t2. So we have two objects t1 and t2 objects are there. Through these two, we can either return t1 dot compare of t2. So t1 is going to be compared to t2. This invocation of this method is similar to bounded methods. Expect that we will try to use the classes in our compare. It will throw the compile time error. So compile time error is better when we have a runtime. Compile time errors is better compared to that. So in runtime errors, we need to change the compile time errors. Definitely, without running a program itself, showing that error, then easily modify. The bounded type parameters can be used with the methods as well as the class interfaces. The Java generic supports the multiple bounded. So this is T extended to A, B, C, and so we have multiple classes we can use. In this case, so that's only here. See that we didn't mention any class name here. Generally, how you can write public static void main something is going to be written. So void main, okay, whatever it may be, void main is total without void also you can write what you think. So then generally main method we are going to be mentioned void because main method is not going to be written. Main is going to be used to start the program. Even if we can pass a parameters to main, so that is a out and out concept of this. What is that? Even if we can pass a parameters to main function also. What is the concept of passing a parameters to main? I remember command line arguments. So we can pass. So because main is also a function, even we can pass some parameters to main also. So that is the concept known as command line arguments. So A can be interface of class, and A class can then B and C should be interface. We cannot have more than one class with the multiple. So keeping one class, how we can call the multiple bonds. So we have more than one class, then only we have a bond. How it will be relationship between one class to another class. Generally, interface means what? Inheritance step. What is one class with another, getting the properties of another. So see that then immediately we have see that what is inheritance. What is the inheritance? So see that we are assigning a value A to another variable B if A is subclass of B. A is a subclass of B. So therefore, we must think that any generic type of A can be assigned to generic type B. But it is not in the case. Let's see the program. So see here, I will show you first one line, then we can easily understand that. See that. See here we are writing. So this is the working because the string A is the object of inheritance in Java. See, we are okay. This is a header file. This is a header file we are going to use. This is the package we are going to use. The public generic interface we are going to use. Public static main class. A string str is equal to okay abc. We are going to be passed and assigned. Then object obj equal to new one. Now we are going to be assigned. So str obj is equal to str. So obj is string and new object we are going to be assigned. Working because the string is a object, that is it is going to be get inheritance in the Java. So the my class the string is equal to my class of one new class. We are creating the two objects for the my class. Two objects for the my class. So one is my class one, another one is my class two. So again I am going to be compare this one. So compilation error since my class string is not a my class object. So here it is okay, but here it is not. So this is the inheritance. We are not allowing the assigning the my class string variable to my class objects because they are not related. In fact, my class of t is a different is object. My class t is so that is the C here. My class t is so that is t is what is the type we are mentioning, that is parent is an object. Then we have generic classes and subtypes. So we already said that we have multiple parameters we can use in the Angular process. See that interface my list. What is in E is the element, T is the type. So the element and type from the extended list of what in elements. So extended from means we can get the my list is going to be get the list from the E list of elements E. The subset of list string can be my list of string comma objects. My list string as an integer. So where it is going to be get extended. Simply we are going to be where extend is generally used in interface. Now we are going to be class A extended from extends class B. So one is a parent class, one is a child class. We can get the properties from another one class to another class. So wildcards, what is a wildcard? Generally question mark is wildcard in the class and represents unknown data. So we are mentioning what the data type, that data type we are mentioning in the Angular basis. If we don't know what type of data we have to give, so generally simply we can use a question mark. So I will show you how we can use a question mark. See that here. So public static void print data list is question mark and list. We are mentioning we don't know what type of data we have to print. So what the data we are going to be get previously, that data is going to be printed. So such type. So what is the previous data? We don't know about it. Then automatically that data is going to be printed. For setting, for set data, for add data, you can definitely confirm. For printing, we don't know what type of data you are going to be. So these particular method for data is going to be good. So finally that data is good. So that is the use of that. Once we don't know what is the data type, we don't know type T we don't know, then we can simply use a question mark that particular data is known. So same we can use a lower bound also. So this is very deep of these generic types. How we can use generic types. So how it is going to be extended, how it is going to be compared the test data. So please be read this word file I will send to you. Once we can read, we can have a clear idea. Then You can write something for generics in exam. It is a very better use. So this is about total overview of the generics. In the next class, we will see about what is. Okay. Meanwhile, I want to show you these Vapor classes how we are going to be used. See that? So my screen is visible to everyone. Or shall I zoom it? I think now it is okay. So this is the known as Vapor classes. So we are going to be confirming the. So I will show you what is the definition. Then we can. Whatever tomorrow will once again I will start this. So these Vapor classes are provided way to use a primitive data types. So byte is going to be used a big B, the capital B and byte. Everything the first letter we are going to be using capital, so that it may be used in generics how we are going to use. So we have some simple programs there. So how the programs are going to be, we'll see that. It is. So here we have my class. One class is the then public static void. We are going to be write integer my int and string my string, so that we are going to be see the first one. So the first one we are going to be use the numbers we are going to be added to array list. So this is the Vapor class. The capital I. Now generally we can use a small int. So here we are going to be converted into objects. So that is the concept of auto box and one box. So see the print numbers, system number. So we are going to be get array list as 10, 15, 20. So for example, if you change anything in the program, so how we can converting the data into an object is known as a Vapor process. The Vapor classes are going to be used in a capital. The total word is same, but the starting letter we are going to be using capital. That is the main. So okay, whatever we will start again tomorrow. Now. So even having doubt regarding these generic classes, anything. So for type checking, so in order to avoid class cast exception, we are going to be use generics. So in order to avoid the runtime errors, we are going to be using generics. How the runtime errors will come? So the program data is given while we are performing the operation on programs. We may get some different values to the program. That time the program is going to be have runtime errors. So that is how we are going to be give the data to a program. So when we are writing the program itself, we are going to be confirming that what type of data we are going to be giving to particular method, particular release, particular map, whatever it may be. So for everything, maps are map function also there. There we are going to be have a data of combination of keys and values. So that's why generics are very very important in map reduce programs. Everything we have mentioned in the generic type itself. So anyone having doubt can ask me.